So in the Bible, God talks in several places, and even in the last book of the Bible, about stay alert, stay awake, stay alert. It's very important to do that because this world is very good at getting on TV, creating podcasts, and getting you to believe different narratives, right? So I'm going to show you how you know who's still running this world. So this is the JFK files that have been released. As you can see here, on March 18th, they released two different batches, one at 7 p.m. and the other at 10:30 p.m. Then here, March 20th, they released at 9:30 another batch. March 26th, this still has not been released. 53 pages. But what they've done is somebody went in and changed all of the dates so that all of the files say that they were uploaded on March 18th, but they weren't, as I just showed in my previous picture. Some of them were uploaded on the 20th. Now, at first, they had the right dates for the right files. Now, all of the files say 3/18. So that, and this is why they would say it, okay, or this is why they would do it, I should say, is because if you're somebody that maybe wasn't following this, like I've been following it regularly, and it's stayed at this number here, 236, since March 20th. If you're somebody that just decided, like say, oh, today I'm going to go take a look at the JFK files. You would go in and you'd see, oh, they uploaded on this date, and this date. But then you'd see how, no, they're all show that they were uploaded on the 18th. But they weren't. Some were uploaded on the 20th, and none were uploaded on the 26th. But if you're somebody that hasn't been paying attention, you would just think, oh, they dated everything the 18th, so they must have uploaded everything on the March 26th. Are people following what I'm saying? You would be made to believe, if you weren't paying attention, that, oh, they must have already uploaded those 53 pages because they're all the same date. So who's running this world? Jesus said who is running this world. So who's still running this world? Because it's not about it being a problem with a certain group of people or a certain color of skin of people, or it's not a problem because of the Jews, it's not a problem because of the Germans, it's not a problem because of the countries. It's no. What you're wrestling with, it says in the Bible, is powers and principalities in high places. And those powers and that spirit that you don't want to follow runs this world, and it is making sure that it doesn't care about your Constitution, and it doesn't care who you elect. Donald Trump is the president of the free world, okay? He issues an executive order. It says it should be immediately carried out. They haven't even released the JFK files. It's like there's a stall on it. How hard is it to upload? You can make excuses for that. There's no reason. They all should have been uploaded by now. So do you really think that the other day when Trump executive ordered that Crossfire Hurricane should be released, do you even think you'll even see any of that? Doubtful. They won't even let you see all the JFK files. And what that should tell you, so for a lot of people, they would get scared and think, but Donald Trump's in now. He's saying it's all going to be better. I'm not saying that he's not the problem, and many people, and I'm included, get mad at him, and it's really not fair because it's bigger than that. Because what you are meant to see is that sometimes you have to depend on God. There are many people out there that will say, well, God expects you to do this, and God, yes, he does. And sometimes God expects you to realize, no, I want you to realize you need to depend on me completely. See, the rich, the wealthy, they don't have a need to depend on God. I mean, they do, but they don't, because they busy themselves with nonsense with toys and trinkets and, because they have wealth to buy everything. The poor in spirit didn't mean poverty poor, although the two often go hand in hand, but it meant the people that depend on God the most. And the poor in spirit were the people that would inherit the kingdom of God. Although people would get scared because they think, oh no, we're dealing with the same thing that happened in the first term. We are, it is. But that's exposing something that I don't know if people are willing to see. And what it's exposing is the podcasters. Because all the podcasters that have hundreds and thousands of followers have pretty much said the same thing. Donald Trump didn't know what he was doing his first term. Yes, he did. Donald Trump was shot, so he's changed. And I'm not saying maybe he wasn't, he hasn't changed. And I think, I think Donald Trump knows the power that's around him. I would imagine he does. Even before that happened to him. Being shot, I mean. The podcasters, but have made a point of saying he didn't know what he was doing his first term. Yes, he did. He didn't surround himself with the right people. Yes, he did. And yet those podcasters also say now he's surrounded himself with this magnificent team. No, I think there's many of us out here that have questioned some of those picks. Does that mean I don't believe in Donald Trump? Well, I get mad at him sometimes. I shouldn't, but I do. Because I don't understand all of it. But I think what you're to see is not that Donald Trump can't pick the right people, but what you're to see is that only God can fix it. And that's how it is sometimes. The other thing you're to see is how the podcasters have all said the same thing about Trump. And I said years ago that they recognized a long time ago, probably before many people did, that the mainstream media was going to fall. The devil relies on the mainstream media, whether it's Fox for one group of people and CNN it doesn't matter to him. It doesn't matter. Yeah, just say him. But it doesn't matter. It has to get a hold of people. It has to. So these podcasters all started lining up, and they told the line. Joe Rogan, it'll seem like he talks about everything and anything. But no, he toes the line. All of them do. And all of them have a way of pushing you in a different direction. And one of the things that they all do is they all say Donald Trump didn't know what he was doing his first term. I say bullshit. They all say that he just surrounded himself with these people. He didn't realize who they are. No, he knew who they are. And then the biggest mistake is they made, all of those podcasters, is they said how there's this great team around Trump. And, to say, you'd think that me saying that that's not a great team is somehow me putting Donald Trump down. No, it's not. But it's the way that it's being done. Doesn't mean I don't have faith in Donald Trump. Donald Trump is doing his part the way, it's supposed to be done, if that makes sense. But what it should make you see is not that Donald Trump's the problem, but that the problem is much bigger, and that it will take a godly intervention. Because I don't care. What do these people in Trump's cabinet do? They put on makeup every day. They go on Fox News. This is what they've done for years. Oh, we're doing this and we're looking into this. And it's the same old shit. It's the same old shit. Nothing's changed. What is Congress there doing? I mean, the very fact that Ted Cruz, I didn't even know he had his own podcast. These people have time for that shit when they're supposed to be working for the people? No, they're all there to help direct you that everything is normal. And that's why God said, stay awake, stay alert. If you stay alert, you'll recognize who is still running this show. And God says, I'm still letting the wicked one run the show. Because I'm seeing what people, the inhabitants of the earth, are staying alert to recognize that they need me to save them.